Was it difficult for them in Hong Kong? What did your father tell you about? Well, of course, he was 5, no?
Yeah, it was difficult for them. Even here, it was also difficult for them. I remember before he was telling me, they have like a few siomais, and then one siomai is equivalent to 1 cup of rice. That's their meal.
May time ka pa bang mag-date or mag-party sa dami ng ginagawa mo?
Meron naman pa, meron.
May boyfriend ka?
Secret. For the next interview.
Okay. Do you find people maybe underestimating you because you're young?
I don't mind because no matter how good you are, there's always someone who knows more than you do.
Mix cold cuts. With the salty egg sauce, and we just have our fresh apple.
Merong Thai style.
Wala naman who like that as long as it's good. But
What's it like working with the Choi Garden Group? The food industry is rapidly evolving, what with advanced technological inventions and ever-changing customer preferences. Establishing staying power in this sector is definitely one tough uphill battle. I'm Ces Orena Drilon. Join me as we discover the recipe for success in one of the world's most essential sectors. As we feature rising food entrepreneur Janica Lao, Chief Operating Officer of the iconic and family-owned Choi Garden Group, only here in Usapang Bilyonaryo.
welcome to Gloriamaris. Come with me as I give you a tour of our restaurant. So actually, this is our fine dining restaurant. This is what we added. This is a screen where we keep people entertained. This is a newly renovated hot pot area. So I'll take you to the VIP rooms. We have about 14 VIP rooms. This is the banquet where usually wedding, banquets, any type of celebrations are being held.
Let's begin with a Lao family
Lao
history.
family. Yes. Actually, my dad was born in Hong Kong. Yes, the rest of his siblings are also born in Hong Kong. And then my grandfather came to the Philippines. So they settled here in Davao. And then from Davao, they moved here to Manila. My dad's business back then was really trading, bringing in products from China, selling it here.
Like what? What kind of products?
Plastics. Plastic, tabo, pails. Yeah, but prior to that, he was also a salesman here and there. So he was working multiple jobs while also studying. He was very young when he came here, like I think 5, 6.
Oh.
Very, very young. So that's why he also knows how to speak Cantonese, but also knows how to speak Bisaya. And then I think eventually he learned how to speak the native language in here.
Was it difficult for them in Hong Kong? What did your father tell you about? Well,
It was difficult.
He was 5, no?
Yeah, it was difficult for them. Even here, it was also difficult for them. I remember before he was telling me, they have like a few siomais, and then 1 siomai is equivalent to 1 cup of rice. That's their meal. As long as they can eat, like,
1 siomai and 1 cup of rice.
1 cup of
growing
rice.
up.
Yeah, so 1 cup of rice, ulam, 1 siomai. So you have to eat it that way,
Wow.
before.
Samantala siguro, how many siomais do you make in one day? Do you know?
There's a lot. But 1 serving is about 4 siomais.
Yeah. No, give me an idea. COO ka eh. In a day, how much?
In a day for here, it depends on how many people come. But mostly they order, it's a pair of siomai and hakao. Depends on how much.
In the thousands, I'm sure.
Yeah, thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Tas ang ulam niya lang noon, isang siomai.
1 siomai and 1,
In Davao, growing up in Davao.
In Davao.
Okay. he ventured to restaurateur, to running a restaurant?
No, it was really trading for a while. They established a company for plastics, and then water bottles, and then there's also stuffed toys. And then after that, he went into mining. And then that's his actually main business. Restaurants is just his hobby. Yeah.
But you're called the restaurant heir. A hobby that turned out also to become, you know, a good business venture. But mining is really
his main business. Actually, restaurants is just his hobby because all of us love to eat. It's a way of bonding. Not just me and my brothers, my mom, my dad. We also eat with our relatives. You know. Before, back then, we also eat with our lola every Sunday, as well as the rest.
Yes,
of
your
the
lola
siblings.
passed away during the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
May. Yeah. This May now.
So up to now, you're still
Of course,
deeply hurt.
I was very close kasi to my lola. Out of all of the cousins, all of my siblings, I was the one who was really laking lola.
What did you learn from your grandmother?
Me kasi po, I really grew up with my lola. Because my parents have been going to work every now and then back when I was very young. So my lola was the one who was really
molded
bringing me
you
out. I love talking about my lola also. But it's really, she always tells us, always do good for other people. If you have whatever you have, share it to other people. That's the biggest learning talaga. Actually, my dad, that's his main principle in business. Hindi pwedeng ako lang masaya. Dapat lahat masaya. That's what he always tells us.
He had humble beginnings. Did you feel that? But growing up, business was better already, I suppose, when you were young.
I was there when he was doing the trading. I've seen like the warehouse packed with multiple containers, with people outside lining up, getting their stuff. I was there. I saw everything, which was really amazing. As in, until now, I still don't know how he actually did it.
How do you learn from your father?
Basically, you mimic his actions. You go with him wherever he goes, and then you learn how he talks to people. And then after that, you ask, "Pa, ba't ganon? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? What are you thinking?" And then that's when he explains. Why do you want to take up all of the Chinese restaurants? Because then, you know, Choi Garden, Gloria, like, I don't understand. You have one, and then you have others pa. What's the point?
Yeah.
And for him, sabi niya, wala, I just want to see them compete with each other. That's
so
his,
each one is autonomous, huh?
Yes.
In a way, the way it's set up is very autonomous.
Yeah. It's not the type na I just want to take everything and then they all have the same identity. It's not that. It's more of like I want to see them compete with each other, because that way I also, you know, there's different target market for this. There's different target market for that.
So you see him negotiating perhaps, or like for instance with suppliers or with prospective maybe locations for the restaurants?
Locations for restaurants, yes. Usually he'll say na no, kaya pa yan, lower, ganon.
Pag nagbabargain.
Sabi ko, pa, let's sign it na. Sabi niya, hindi, kaya pa yan, wait for it.
So he is willing for you to make a mistake?
Yes, very much willing. Yeah, very much willing.
Marami na bang pagkakamali?
Meron na po, marami.
Nawalan ba siya ng pera dahil sa mga mali na yon? Siyempre, di ba?
There's a lot.
Mistakes cost money.
Yes. In the past 3-4 years that I've been with him working, it's always like, paano kung hindi maging successful? Sabi niya, hindi nga, basta try mo lang. Kung mahulog ka, saluhin kita. Ganon. It's always
Hindi ka
like
pa naman
that.
napagalitan?
Never. Kasi I always tell him, paano na? Like, baka malugi. Ganon. And he's gonna be like, no, it's okay. At least you learn. It's a good lesson for you. Because he doesn't know how to teach talaga. Like, I give you this, this is what you do. But it's mostly teach from experience.
have had to defy him.
Yeah. ml of water. This is the finished one. 4 because it also adds to the taste.
Yan. Lamig na lamig ka talaga. So when did you graduate from university? Parang nag-aaral ka pa nga sa tingin ko. How long ago was that?
2018. I finished on August 2018, yeah.
Where?
In Vancouver, in University of British Columbia. I studied business management. Yeah.
It's a good thing, you know, when you study abroad and get exposed to all the opportunities.
Yes.
You want to explore them and stay.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So how was that for you?
I couldn't stay. I wanted to, just to have experience of working for someone else. But the deal kasi with my dad is, I'll let you go study in Canada as long as you come back. So on the last day of my class, he was there. He was like, "Oh, let's go. You're done with school. Let's go back to Manila."
You mean di ka pa naman namin pinagmarcha sa...
No, I marched on November. Yeah.
You went back to
I went
March.
back.
But he had to make sure.
Yeah, he had to make sure that I'd come back. Yeah.
Because you might have had to defy him.
Yeah.
Would
No
you?
naman. It's more of like I wanted just to experience, but I also want to come back after the experience. But then at the same time, kasi I was thinking that time, if I come back, who's gonna help them? Because he wanted to expand na that time. So, you know, they're not getting any younger also. So I just came back, helped them also in the business to expand because that's his dream, that's his goal, to see all of the brands prosperous and successful.
So no regrets about
No
it?
regrets naman, no regrets, yeah.
Someday that might come, who knows? Mukhang malabo na.
Mukhang malabo na po, MBA nga, malabo na din.
The growth is rapid, no? In
Yes,
the
growth is
expansion?
rapid, expansion is rapid. And for me naman, the most challenging part right now is actually how we can sustain somehow the dynasty that he's built also.
Wow, dynasty
The
na
dynasty
talaga.
that he's built, yeah.
Let's go rewind to when Choi Garden acquired Gloriamaris.
He bought Choi Garden 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then from there,
He bought.
he bought Choi Garden. He had a share in Choi Garden.
Okay.
Eventually bought in the shares of the
And
other
acquired
people there. Acquired the
majority.
whole Choi. Acquired
acquired.
majority also.
Okay.
And then during the pandemic, 2020, he also acquired Gloriamaris from the previous owner. The old Gloriamaris, he had a share in that. So eventually, Mr. Choi, the guy himself, put up Choi Garden. So he also bought a share there and sold the share in the other side.
Okay, so he had a share in one branch.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then when he got Choi, during the pandemic nga, he heard that the previous owner of Gloriamaris wanted to sell the whole thing because he wanted to retire. So he was like, I'll buy Gloria kaya. I was like, huh? Why? You have Choi, and then why will you buy Gloria? And he was like, wala lang, sayang kasi the brand. I mean, I could do something with it, you know. I think deep inside him, he knows that he can improve, he can innovate. And there's a lot of like customer loyalty kasi for Gloriamaris. So it would be a waste if he just lets go of it. If he knows that he can do it, you know.
Or if it is acquired by
Someone else, yeah, just because they want to have the brand. But at least he knows that I could take care of the brand. I could do more for the brand.
Of course, you didn't know that the pandemic was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, how was that? You know, all of a sudden, you had to close.
Yes.
So
It was hard because like this one, we are renting from Ortigas. So it's costly, pretty costly. But then for him, a lot of people have been calling him and asking, Frank, okay ka lang? Okay ka lang? Are you sure you're okay? Ganun, sabi niya, yeah, I'm okay. And I was like, pa, you just acquired it, and then now pandemic, you have to close. So like, you know, there's a lot of expenses. And he was like, yeah, it's okay, laban lang. Wait for it after the pandemic. And his thinking kasi during the pandemic is it's a way for us to reevaluate, improve, see what we can bring in, see what we can do.
So the time was not wasted. He used
Yeah.
that time to improve things
Yes, yes.
while you were shut down.
Yes, that's why we also renovated the dim sum and the hot pot area, just so people can come back for something and see something new.
The way your father, from your storytelling, strikes me as someone who doesn't get rattled. Hindi natataranta. Halaga.
That's my mom, who gets rattled very easily. But my dad is very calm. Yeah.
So during the pandemic, it must have been, tough financially. I mean, for the business, because you were not making money, you had to
Yes.
pay the salaries. Did you continue to pay the salaries of
There
the
were
staff?
some that we were paying. Kasi it's more of like, those people are a trusted people. So help them in a way that we could also. While, everyone is suffering financially.
Right.
So might as well, if we have something, we just help them.
Even when, it was very uncertain when
Yes.
it would end. We're
Yes.
just beginning to come out
Yes.
slowly.
Yes.
Well, may revenge eating, ano? Meron nga ba?
Parang nung nag-open po, a lot of people came in, tapos biglang nawala.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people came in. But like, the market of Gloriamaris is really the Chinese community in the area, living in the area. There are bookings for banquets already, for wedding receptions, for certain parties and certain events.
So, your father's patience paid off.
Yes, yes.
May sisihan
definitely.
ba? I mean, was there any blaming?
Wala. Never, never. My mom has always been like, it's up to you to decide. Alam mo yun, it's your decision. It's okay, go with it. She's always been very supportive of my dad, of us.
What role does your mother play in the business?
She's the CFO.
She's the CFO, so she holds the purse strings.
Yeah, she holds. She looks at the money. She looks after the money. She's very good with that. She's very intricate kasi. She's very detailed, so she sees everything.
You were thrust into the business at a very young age. You're COO, right? Of the Choi Garden Group.
Yes.
So
Child of owner po.
Child of owner.
Choi and Gloria could stand on its own, especially with the trusted people that we have there, the employees that we have. Of course, we cannot do it on our own, every detail from down to up. We cannot do that. There are certain people that we put key people work on its own. Parang they have a good base
autopilot
na rin kasi.
kumbaga.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
just see every now and then. Mostly we do, we just find good marketing.
So how many
So-
Choi Gardens are there?
Right now, there's two. One in the main one and one in the promenade one, which is for quick eating lang.
I think gusto ni Chef ipakita paano niya.
Demonstrate.
OK， 邊將呢個汁咧就淋上面。
So yung sauce, ipupul sa ibabaw. Yes.
Does Lee Kashing like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
加少少啦。
And this is the finance.
Okay, so you will taste one of the favorite dishes of the richest man in Hong Kong.
Of the butter flour.
脆皮海參，只係脆皮。
How long did he cook for you?
再20年啦。
Oh, 20 years.
20 years!
Right now, I'm focused more on my small stars. I was really the one who saw it from like ground up.
So parang mga baby mo.
Yeah, baby ko po. Yeah.
Kasi ito pretty much you came nandito na.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Sige, yung
For-
mga baby mo, ano yung mga
Beard Papas, the franchise cream puffs.
How
Parrot
many
Chick-
are there?
Beard Papas 3. We're going on 5 this year, hopefully. That was my very first step into the foodpreneur business. I'm grateful for that because it was a huge stepping stone. The things that could have been kapa dito, kapa dyan, I've learned through Beard Papas.
Because it had a manual.
Yeah, it's more of like I was taught how to handle the operations in a way na ganun pala. Yeah, na you can easily manage everything as long as your operation is okay. And then Pero Chico, the Spanish food, I just have one branch for that. Milk tea, boba girl, I have 2. And then we're coming up with a new brand for because a lot of people have been telling us to expand Choi Garden. But it's very hard to expand something that big. It's also very hard to get a big location enough to have like seafoods and laureates and all those. So I came up with this new concept. It's what they call as a cha chan heng in Hong Kong. On the streets, the sides, you see a lot of like roastings that are hang there with like Hong Kong iced tea. So I came up with that one. It's called Fei Fei. It means fat fat. Yeah, but the logo is myself when I was very young, because I was a very fat kid. Yeah, so...
you don't mind
no, I don't mind.
being called fat fat?
No, I don't mind. I like it. Not
It's
offended.
an endearment.
Yeah. I'm coming up with 3 stores this year. It's more on, it's hard to expand like a normal Choi with aquariums and stuff like that. It's too costly. It needs a lot of people. It needs a lot of manpower. I came up with that because back in the pandemic, you've been craving for those satay beef noodles, fishball curries. So I was like, why is there no like that here? So we came up with that one because I also have the resources. I also have like Cantonese chefs here who can help me with that. And at the same time, you know, roasting, you can also get it from here. There's a lot of resources for that.
You
one,
already
so it's
have the
easy.
know-how.
Yeah.
In a way, you're just spinning it differently.
Spinning it differently to be able to cater for young people also. Because it's sometimes when you go to Choi, you see like barkadas eating. Parang, oh, ba't may barkada dito? Because usually you go to Choi Gloria, you see people with their parents, their lolas, their
Medyo
lolos.
family.
Yeah, it's really family, if not meetings. But it's rare that you see young people eating in a Chinese restaurant. And it's quite fascinating also.
So this was your idea or your dad's idea?
This one was my idea.
Ah.
Yeah, so he was like, oh, sige, I'll give you money, sige, go. Yeah, I was like, because I'm more into how can we make this concept into something easily expandable. Yeah.
Easy to replicate.
Easy to replicate. Not like this, it's very hard to replicate. For my dad, it's never really income generating. If you get income, good, very good. But it's more on, when we go to a restaurant, you see, dami kumakain. We're happy. We're happy to see that there's a lot of people who like the food, who like what we serve. That's why ever since his principle is really, basta the quality is good, people will come back. That's why we always take care of the quality of the restaurants that we have. Seeing people come back.
Do you see yourself stepping into his shoes? Of course, eventually you will.
It was instilled in us. We have to understand that business is not always like uphill. It's always up and down, up and down, up and down. May mga, you have months that it's not good. You have months that it's good. But if it's making a lot of money, then good. But it's the next thing in our list, always. Yeah.
Well, because your father has another cash cow.
Yeah. But syempre, like it's good also if I can show him, oh pa, kita, kumita.
Yeah.
But more than that, for us, it's really, we want people to try what we can offer. That's why we never also price our food too high. Because if you price it too high, how can other people afford it?
The acquisition of Gloriamaris was generated from the earnings of Choi Garden? Or
No, from my dad. It's always from my dad. Yeah.
You had to shell out.
Yeah.
How much was it?
This one.
Ni-release ba yun sa public? Hindi.
Ay, hindi po ata eh.
Hindi ba?
Certainly pa.
So, anong ballpark figure?
100 million.
100
About
million.
that.
About
200.
What was it that you acquired? The name? What else?
The name, some of the people,
And the
location
lease.
also, the lease.
How,
The lease.
It's a long-term lease.
It's a long-term lease.
So at least
yes.
that shields you also from
Yes.
appreciation.
Yes. But the chefs, we also had to bring in new chefs also. Both of my brothers are taking culinary in Ateneo. They're both also graduating next year, so hopefully they'll on board.
How about the mining business of your father? Who is he grooming to be his successor there?
My younger brother, the one who's playing basketball for Ateneo. He's very magaling kasi with PR. Yeah, so he's the one who my dad's grooming to take up the mining business, hopefully.
What do you admire most about your father?
Well, his heart kasi is very soft-hearted. He's a very soft-hearted person, and he really loves helping. And it's his generosity also, but he's also very wise in a way, very intelligent, very maparaan. And he's always 2-3 steps ahead of everyone else.
In what way? In seeing opportunities?
In seeing opportunities, and even because let's say in business, he's not the type to be emotional about it. Like, this is my baby, whatever it is, even if it's not working, I'll hold on to it. He's not that type. He's like, if it's time to let go, let go.
Do you see yourself stepping into his shoes? Of course, eventually you will, right?
Stepping into his shoes in the same way that I could be exactly like him, no. Because I don't think anyone could be exactly like him. But maybe if you say, the three of us, me, my brother, my 2 other brothers, could be like him and my mom. Pwede. Yeah, like joint together.
What do you admire in your mother who, I would suppose she is also a key part of the success.
Of course, yeah. My dad always says na the person behind his success is my mom. My mom has been very, like, just at the back of everyone. But she's also very quick with it. Like, very smart, very sharp, and always very supportive of us.
Ano ba yung pinaka cardinal rules, I suppose,
Yeah.
in being in the food business na at least you should remember para you have a guarantee of success. There's no guarantee, but at least yung parang
I think
you
patience.
won't fail. Okay,
Patience. Because my dad always tells me, there's no overnight success. Even my mom, di ka yayaman in one night. Yeah, it's really, there's no overnight success. So you really have to work hard for it. You really, there's really a lot of patience involved.
Okay. Ano pa?
And I think learning how to trust the people also around you. Because of course, if you want to expand, you also cannot micromanage.
Does he intend to go public at any point? Any of the businesses?
He wants to.
He
wants
does.
to. He does. He wants to. That's his ultimate goal. So for us, we're just helping him get to there.
May time ka pa bang mag-date or mag-party sa dami ng ginagawa mo?
Meron naman pa. Meron.
May boyfriend ka?
Secret. For the next interview.
Do you find people maybe underestimating you because you're young?
For me naman po, I don't mind because no matter how good you are, there's always someone who's better. Always someone who knows more than you do. So for me, it's okay. Like, I know that even if I have a lot of, I know how to do this, I know how to do this, but it's never enough. Like, every day is a learning process.
Born with a silver spoon, Janica Lao may seem to have an easy life. But this hard-working businesswoman wants to leave an indelible mark. With the blood running in her veins and with her own set of unique and brilliant ideas, she is right on track in her mission to bring food innovations to her home country. I'm Ces Orena, Drilon. Thank you for watching Usapang Bilyonaryo.